Hey guys, Gabe here again, and welcome back to yet another guide video. And this time we've got one for Shana's hidden skill knowledge scenario. And as always, before we begin the team build, let's go and have a look at our opponent. And as you can see, like the other hidden scenarios for the other Konsawatt brothers, we have the Thailand national team based from Asia qualifiers, and also similarly, it is a mixed color team. And Shana, being the pickup, has the special hidden skill of stats down, and this time he has the stats down against club players. So all club players are down 80% unless you build enough shield to combat against this. And the interesting part is that the shield itself is only for his own stats. And on that note, only the Konsawatt brothers, as well as Bunak and the goalkeeper West Charapong has shield for themselves. All other players do not have this. And do make note also that the Konsawatt brothers do not have any defensive skills again. And the defenders actually only have S1 level on their defensive skills, aside from Bunak, and the goalkeeper also has S30 on all his skills. So for sure make note of that. And the other thing I would like to point out is the rainy weather. So recommendation for you to build a team with as many rain resistance player as much as you can. And also the World Youth DM and DF players are highly recommended due to their skill buff from the scenario this time. It's 100% stats, so yeah. And that pretty much sums up what I wanted to say here for our scouting. So let us now move on to our team build then. Alright guys, now on to the team build. Starting off with formation, I have elected to use the 3-1-4-2 EX formation for forward AM attack 10%. That is due to the fact that I want to give additional stats for my EMs, as well as it does help them to score and to be the enabler, which is what I aim to do. And as always, use a formation that helps your team the most because our players are different. Now moving on to our goal scorer. For this particular scenario, I've decided that Santana would be my go-to goal scorer. However, you could also use Pascal, as I've demonstrated on a live stream. He could score, and this Diaz work as well. So these two can also be your goal scorer. And Fedrix as well actually works very well. For him, he will be playing as a DM position and is also a backup goal scorer. Now for enablers, I have from my experience decided to move rain resistance player to my EM position, and that aids with the kickoff, as well as trying to move the ball into my goal scorers easier. Leo in this case as well has water resistance, and if you do play Santana, he is very good. And as always, do try to feed as much SSR black balls into them as much as you can. For me, Pascal having S30 was enough to 1-2 past the defenders, and obviously with that said, your goal scorer should have S30 on his shot. And yeah, that pretty much sums up for the player selection. Now, in terms of bonds, I was able to build 20.5% bonds, and with the addition of Pascal and Diaz's hidden abilities, for Diaz, he gives 400 AM stats up 2%, and that is on a 70% chance during a matchup. And for Pascal, he gives Diaz a 3% stats up, and also gives red colored Latin American players an additional 2%. So that's great for Leo and himself. And because he's playing with Diaz, he also gets an additional buff as well, which is good. And for stats down, it works for, as mentioned, guys that are not the Konsawatt brothers, Bunak, and the goalkeeper, but it does work, so do try it as well. And in my case, I am giving a 3% stats down via Espadas. And just a rule of thumb, I would recommend using as much rain resistance player as possible, and do try to use WY defenders or DMs. Alright, let's now move on to the gameplay. Alright guys, so the strategy is to score 3 goals. The bare minimum is to just pass with 2, but we want to unlock all the prizes. So our aim is to use Pascal and Diaz to move the ball up to enable Santana as our main goal scorer, but we could always use Diaz, Pascal, and Fredericks for a backup. And one last suggestion is to stay away from Bunak, as he is very difficult to pass. So the tip here is, once again, the Konsawatt brothers do not have any defensive skills, so do use this to your advantage and try to match up with them if you need to move the ball around. And once again, as just a reminder that all the defenders only have S1 for their defensive skill except for Bunak, so don't worry too much about the defenders except for Bunak.
対に守ってみせる。どうだ、行くぜ。どうだ、
よし来い。
よし来い。
もらった。
ここは任せたぞ。勝負だ。
よし来い。
ついてきてくれるかみんな。行くぞディアス。ああ、パスカル。それ勝負だ。
よし来い。
全てはこの俺が粉々に打ち砕いてやる。勝つことだけが俺の存在証明なんだ。よっしゃ、よっしゃ、よし。よし来い。
行くぞ。
負けるか。止める。
よし来い。勝負だ。
調子に乗るな。俺のスピードを見せてやる。どうだ。よし来い。行くぞ。調子に乗るな。俺のスピードを見せてやる。どうだ。負けるか。抜かせはせん。
よし来い。勝負だ。俺の個人技見せてやるぜ。ミヤゴー。行くぜ。それ。
俺たちのコンビネーションを見せるぞ。早速見せてやるか。
やってやるぜ。だら。こっちか。よっしゃ。よっしゃ。どうだ。持ちこたえろ。
そこ。
やった。パスだ。
よし来い。勝負だ。俺たちのコンビネーションを見せるぞ。早速見せてやるか。
やってやるぜ。
それ。
やった。
どんな厚い壁を作っても意味はないぜ。
壁は単なるセパタクローのネットに過ぎないんだ。
俺たちの得意技セパタクローシュートで得点だ。それ。
かかってこいよ。
俺の反応を超えるシュートなどない。
悪いな。よっしゃ。
それも届くんだ。行くぞ。行くぜ。よし来い。
勝負だ。
よし来い。
行くぞ。俺の個人技見せてやるぜ。や
行けコンサワット三兄弟待ってっちゃな。これがコンサワット兄弟の必殺技大空中ローリングスパイクだ。
かかってこいよ。
俺の反応を超えるシュートなどない。悪いな。
よっしゃ。
それも届くんだ。勝負だ。よし来い。よし来い。ついてきてくれるかみんな。よし。勝負だ。
負けない。
負けない。
So here I make a gamble and I didn't get the high ball, which what I should have done was just matched up and use a 1-2 to pass the vendors and then possibly then pass back to Santana.
みんながついている。よし。
こっちか。どうだ。この俺が決めてみせるテクニカルループシュートだ。そうよっしゃ。よっしゃ。やった。そら。それ。
So that's the end of the guide video for Chana's hitting scenario. And before I end, I would like to give my YouTube channel members and my Patreon shout outs. Thank you guys for all your support, and I appreciate it as always. Thank you guys. Alright guys, if you would like to help me out and you found this video helpful, please give this video a like. And if you're interested in guide videos, please subscribe and hit the bell so you'll get notified. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and may the best RNG be with you.